Right, well, hello the internet, it's Ghost here, and welcome to episode 41 of Minecraft Creative, in which I have... Okay, I've been sent messages. I'm going to flip my phone over so I don't look at those. Hello, today we are building a kind of like, I guess it's meant to be like a take on like a Minecraft church, but improved. I don't really know. I wanted to build something with the new dried ghasts and using those as gargoyle kind of things. I also needed to make sure I had something filmed so that when I got back from France, I didn't have to think about that. However, I then proceeded to spend a couple of days not doing the voiceover, and this video goes out tomorrow. So I'm obviously recording this on a Wednesday, which is really, really good planning on my part. Yay, well done me. So the block palette for the start is relatively dark grey at the bottom. I wanted to use, to be fair, quite a few of the newer blocks, as well as the polished basalt, because I wanted some nethery things in there that would kind of match the vibes. I also used lodestones because I've been meaning to use those properly in a project for quite some time. I kind of started out by trying to build a circular structure. Now, I should have built this little kind of cliff edge that's a different shape, but I didn't. So the rest of... we're just working on the tower today because I haven't been able to work out the rest of it just yet. I set the windows slightly in so that you would get that lodestone still at the top and it wouldn't inhibit the stained glass, and I intentionally picked the colours to look like fire or lava in the nether, because that is part of the block palette, of course. I don't really know where I'm going. It's basically grayscale and nether is the vibes that we're going for here, and I didn't do all of the windows exactly the same. I wanted it to look like they'd just kind of taken the glass and melted it and let it do whatever, as if, I don't know, the panels were made in the nether. I'm trying to think what else I can say about this. Oh, I then started putting this on at the top to... I don't really know what I was doing here. It's been a while since I filmed this, and I was just kind of trying to play with shapes and see what different things I could do. I'm going to push my microphone back a little bit because I'm sat very uncomfortably like this. There we go. I then put in more lodestones and I started putting in the dried ghasts. I think they're incredibly cute, and they work really well as little statue thingies. That was my pop filter. That's helpful, isn't it? What else can I say? Oh, and then I built the pillars up to try and work out the height of the next level, because I think I did 3 levels to it effectively, and I wanted it to be tall so that, like, you could fly your happy ghast over to it, hop off, and then go into the tower. You can obviously also enter the tower from the bottom, because that's probably where most people are going to go. The happy ghasts are so cute. I haven't actually spawned any in yet, and I didn't do like a reaction video to them because I felt like there wasn't masses that was worth me making a video about. So you didn't get a reaction this update. Anyways, I then added in some blackstone, using the blackstone bricks here to do the next layer, and then started putting in some netherrack. I wanted to find something that had a slightly different colour to the rest of the block, so it should theoretically pop out. I don't actually remember if I kept it, thinking about it. And then made this little roof bit where I think there's going to be a bell. Yes, there's a bell. I was going to put beacons in with trapdoors around it, but I don't think it looked very good. And then decided to get rid of it and change the roof shape slightly. Once I had this done, I then added a relatively tall pillar coming out the top to try and extend how big the tower looks from all angles. I didn't really check it here, but I kept going back and making sure that from just kind of like ground level, it looks okay. I haven't checked it from all the way back in the rest of the town, but oh well. If it looks weird, so be it. Again, I work to scale of a Minecraft door, so I can't make it massively tall or it would look really, really weird. I also don't use things like chisel and bits. I don't use any mods because my laptop probably can't handle it, considering it didn't want to run an update until I restarted my laptop again. And by that, I don't mean it was installing the update. It kept erroring the update until I restarted my laptop, which was very, very helpful. I then added in a bunch of levers kind of dripping off. I was trying, 1, they remind me of like gas legs. 2, it added another texture. I put in a fence around the top, and then made sure there was a gap so you could fly the ghast up to get to the bell, because there isn't any other way to get up to it. You have to have a happy ghast to get up there, or I guess you could fly in with elytra, but that's not like the intended method. I then added another section of the tower using quartz to try and add something relatively bright in the middle and fill the interior up a bit. I tried to switch out what quartz I was using at the different points. There might be some variation where I've got it slightly wrong. But I think I did it relatively identical the whole way around. A lot of this was about symmetry. Now, the symmetry is going to go out of the window on the next bit that I'm going to work on. But honestly, I'm fine with that. I just wanted to make a nice symmetrical tower. Added in the orange to the windows, and then decided to take out part of the pillar and put in a diorite wall to try and, oh no, I didn't use diorite wall, I used white stained glass to try and give it more of a curved shape. I mean, it doesn't obviously look curved, but it adds a bit more depth to it, in my opinion. Even if you don't really see it from all angles, I just wanted it to have kind of more dimension going on. I then tried to figure out a way to do almost like docking areas to bring in if you're flying in via a happy ghast. I believe I got rid of this because I decided it looked too clunky and you lost a lot of the shape that had been built up. I added in these kind of spiky bits using the iron bars and light grey candles, as that was just, you don't really see that detail from on the ground because they are quite small, but if you catch the right angle or if you're up there, it does work. I then changed out that glass to a pale oak fence because the glass just, it looked dull and muddied and it didn't really work. I then started trying to work out the wall. This wall is probably going to get, oh no, I added in these, the creaking heart thingies. I then tried to work out the wall. The wall doesn't work because the shapes just are a bit weird. So it's going to be a challenge to figure out exactly what I'm trying to do. As you can see, I started trying to place down pillars to work out where everything was going to go, but none of it actually looked right. So I ended up not working on that because I figured, well, I have enough footage to make an episode out of. I did, however, put in a door and decided we were using pale oak for the floor. It just brightens it up. Obviously, white makes something feel a lot brighter, which is why I tried to mix that in with a lot of the darker colours that I was using, because otherwise I did feel that there's a lot of dark going on, which is kind of the vibe I was going for, but it did need something that popped out, because you don't necessarily see the windows at the minute because there isn't any light in there. I imagine when it's dark and there's like, I don't know, glowstone or lanterns or something inside, it will glow and make it so much more obvious what there actually is. While I do like this wall design that I started to come up with, I don't think realistically it's sticking around for the build. It was a bit odd, let's be honest. So I kind of ditched it. It still currently exists in my Minecraft world. I'm about to actually go and work on that. But that's all we have time for today, the internet. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.